Donald Trump has now put his signature on the Epstein Files Transparency Act, a law that compels his own Justice Department to open up its vault of records on Jeffrey Epstein within a tight 30-day deadline. The act sounds sweeping. It orders the release of all unclassified documents, emails, and investigative material tied to Epstein's criminal cases and his controversial death in a New York federal jail in 2019. And it demands that this trove be posted online in a searchable, downloadable format. At the same time, it requires an unredacted list to be sent to key congressional committees, naming every government official and politically exposed person who appears in those files. What is expected in that dump is not just the evidence used to prosecute Epstein and his partner Ghislaine Maxwell, but also internal Justice Department communications on why Epstein was treated the way he was, who approved plea deals, who chose not to charge associates, and what was discussed after his death behind the walls of the federal system. However, this is not a guarantee that the public will see everything. The same law that demands transparency also builds in important escape hatches. Officials can withhold or heavily redact anything they say would jeopardize an active federal investigation, and material can also be shielded on national security and foreign policy grounds. That language matters because Trump has just ordered his Attorney General Pam Bondi to open new investigations into Epstein's ties with leading Democrats, such as Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and donor Reid Hoffman. Supporters of the bill warn that such fresh probes could be used as a legal pretext to keep politically sensitive material under wraps while still claiming compliance with the act. Even before this law, Epstein's shadow had already fallen on a striking list of prominent figures. The documents and related court material include more than 1,500 references to Donald Trump himself, reflecting his past social ties with Epstein before the two publicly fell out. Although mere mention does not prove wrongdoing, Trump's sudden U-turn is itself a major part of the story. During the 2024 campaign, he loudly promised to release the Epstein files if he returned to the White House. But once back in office, his Justice Department declared that no further files would be released, and his team leaned on Republicans not to back legislation that would force their hand. That stance enraged some of his own conservative supporters and podcasters, who accused his administration of gaslighting and running a cover-up. In the end, Trump flipped, instructing Republicans to vote for the bill, and then presenting his signature as a move that would expose Democrats more than Republicans. Even as critics argue that the new active investigations he ordered could be used to keep the most damaging material out of public view.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.